Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Daze and welcome to this unseen video. We've got so much to go through, so let's get straight into it. This was just a post I included because it said Tama Tonga had been spotted. Of course, he did arrive on Smackdown, so we don't need to worry about that now. Tristan, thank you. Shakeem, thank you. This is, here you can see Solo. So, Solo... just gesturing with the crowds, doing that yeet thing. So he was in the dart match. I believe he was competing actually against Jey Uso in the dart match. But there he was, winding up the crowds. Here as well, look, this was from the show. This was from Smackdown. So when Kevin Owens picked up that belt, he did just knock off these CM Punk shirts. And people are saying, why did he do that? That was so unnecessary. I think he did it to inconvenience this guy, who probably had to pick them up. I think it was more that. I don't think this is the start of a feud or anything, but I think he probably also knew that it would get people talking. Maybe he thought CM Punk would say something. It would just create a little bit of buzz. So, you know, it's one of those. I think there was a few reasons for doing it. I don't think this is working towards a feud. Not at the moment. So, Fade, and it's Bryn again. Brandy Rhodes said, I ain't never heard that before. That's because, you might remember Cody said, who told you it's open mic nights, right? That is a Brandy line. She said it in AEW. She said it to Jade Cargill. So, Brandy responded saying, I ain't never heard that before. So, it's Bryn again. Thank you. Harry, shout out to you. So, here, look, Chris said, wait. I just realized since Roman Reigns is going to be a babyface, he's going to get a new theme by Def Rebel. And you can see the picture attached. People are not fans of Def Rebel. They're not fans of these new theme songs, right? And I've got to admit, they are. They do miss more than they hit. You know, people used to love Jim Johnston, and even CFO Dollar Sign used to do some really good stuff, but Def Rebel, man, they're just, it's not where it's at. The themes, the new themes have just not been good. And you'll see that as we work our way through this video. Corey said, in case you haven't figured it out yet, Solo is the new tribal chief. Right, now, I've got a couple of thoughts on this. First of all, I don't know if Corey knows that or if he's just watched the show. He might have just watched what we've watched, right? And certainly it looks like Solo is currently the tribal chief. That's not been confirmed. He's not come out and said, I'm the tribal chief now. But he did smash the phone down to the ground. Tama Tonga is seemingly standing behind Solo. So everything is presented that Solo is the new tribal chief, right? So at the moment, I think it's fair to say he's looking like he's the tribal chief. I've got a sneaky suspicion, and I know that many of you do as well, that it's actually not going to be Solo that's the new tribal chief. I think that they'll make it seem like it's Solo, and then there'll be a little shocking twist where The Rock comes out, and it turns out that The Rock is actually the new tribal chief, and Solo acknowledges The Rock. Because we know we've got to build to Rock Cody. We know we're building towards Rock versus Roman. So putting The Rock in that position would make sense. So at the moment, with The Rock not being around, Solo can sort of run things. He can sort of be that underboss, I suppose. But at the moment, we don't know what direction it's going. We have to be very clear about that. There's lots of thoughts, lots of theories, and I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is, I've spoken to people at WWE. They've told me Solo is the new tribal chief. Or is this, I watched the show. It's clear to see that Solo's replaced Roman, because it does look that way, right? So I don't know what that is. But I thought you might be interested to know what Corey of Fightful was saying. So, Jess, thank you. Spartacus, the legendary gamer, said maybe CM Punk will save Paul Heyman from Solo. I just like that. I was like, imagine CM Punk saving the wise man, especially considering how close they are, and we saw how close they were at the Hall of Fame. So if he needs saving, imagine Punk doing it. That would be so good. Right, it's Bryn again. Shout out to you. This clip is doing the rounds. This has become like a viral meme footage of this person, this singer coming out. You can now use AI to replace them. And I've seen so many people in this position dancing away. This is the Cody one. So the Woe movement said Cody on Smackdown tonight. So that's Cody dancing and celebrating away. Obviously, he is the new champ. So he doesn't really have a care in the world at the moment. So that's the Cody one. We will have a look at another one later. Kenny, for your thoughts, tagging in this Wrestle Ops one. So WWE has brought back Tiffany Stratton's original theme song that she used in NXT. So she had a theme song. They got rid of it when she came to the main roster. They ran with a new song for a bit, and now they've changed back. I mean, that's an indicator of how rubbish it is at the moment with these new themes, this Def Rebel stuff. So they've changed her theme back to the one that it was, which is good because I liked the one that it was. So I'm pleased it's gone back to that. Right, Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair said they're just getting started and they teased that they're interested in winning gold. So they were saying it's so easy working together. Bianca said that this is the best partner she's ever had, which might upset Montez. They basically say, look, we're not done with damage control, so let's try and take down the Kabuki Warriors. How about we go after them tag belts? So heavily implying that's what we're going to do. And I think it's what we should do. I know a lot of us thought that Kabuki Warriors against Bianca and Jade was going to be the match for WrestleMania, right? It was in my WrestleMania predictions, but obviously it's not the match we ended up getting. We just added Dakota, we added Naomi. Time is probably right now to do that tag match and put the titles on the line. So imagine a Bianca Jade Champions Summer. Could be fun. Could be good. Bailey said, I don't know if there's any woman on the roster that I have more experiences with inside or outside of the ring. From the 2015 Europe tour to Saudi Arabia before a pandemic to the Usher concert in Vegas, Naomi is a living legend. I can't wait, sister. And Bailey also said, you little idiots really know how to make this little idiot blush. Thank you. So loud, you deserve it chants for Bailey on SmackDown. Naomi said SmackDown had me so stressed tonight from the family drama and the Tiffy mess. I must stay focused for next week. Hashtag Bayomi. So there we go. Then we got this. This was an exclusive. So it was Chelsea and Piper. So Chelsea and Piper backstage, they were confronted by Alba and Isla, just had a few words. Then Nick Aldis arrived and basically told them that they're going to be facing Kaden and Katana next week, right? I think it's Monday on Raw, actually. So, and Chelsea stormed off. Chelsea said that the reason they lost tonight is because she's being spread too thin. She's like, can't keep up with all this work and everything. And so to find out she's got to compete on Monday again was enough for her to storm off. This is what Isla looks like at the moment. This is what she was wearing backstage as well. So gone is that sort of spooky sister vibe. That's gone. She's now business professional. So yeah, this kind of feels like a bit of a refresh, a relaunch. I don't know quite what we're doing here, but I'd like to see them on TV to find out. I can't remember the last time I saw Isla and Alba. But there we go. Here's some fan footage from Fade, and new tribal chief is yeeting everywhere. So again, this is him and Jay, and he was about to deliver that Samoan spike. But unfortunately, the footage cuts off. That's from Ghost Malone 90. So there we go. Bron Breakker has got a new theme song. Sounds a bit like a slowed down Ultimate Warrior. Not as good Ultimate Warrior. Sort of fits. It's okay. It's okay. The comments weren't keen, but it's okay. And then we've got this from Rikishi. Bit weird, because it's footage of Jimmy being attacked by Solo. So it's his son attacking his son. And he responded by saying, believe that, believe that. And then we've got a blood emoji. We've got an acknowledging emoji. Believe that. I thought like something like, ooh, Thanksgiving's going to be awkward. That would be a good response for his two sons fighting. But no tolerance with Rikishi. Yeah. Jimmy lost at WrestleMania. He's out the family. Simple as that. So, Eric, thank you. Right, let's go down here to this. So this is Vince. Apparently, this was like on the 11th. This is him, look, coming into New York. He's got a stick. He is starting to look old. His arms are looking a little thinner than one used to as well. I don't know if he's been hitting the gym. But, yeah, look, he's got some personal assistants with him. And apparently he tips for like $200. So this one is from 29th of July, 2023 at 7:21, table 8. His server was David, right? And $200 tip, right? MasterCard. I mean, you can't see the details, thankfully, right? But there's that. And then we've got this here. So this was American Express this time. This is 9:45, and I'm guessing this is from the 11th. There's no date on this one. But it does say Vincent McMahon. That is his signature. So $200 tip. It came to $462.38. So, I mean, he probably did pay for them people as well. But $462.38. $200 tip, man. $200 tip. So, Mark, shout out to you, buds. Right, let's go down. So, Jordan, thank you. This is from The Bump. I would like for us to come back together, but as a healed up family. We were fighting right now. All families fight. But I want us to come back as the good guys one time and see how it works. The words of Jey Uso. Anna, shout out to you. Just letting us know that Sean Ross Sapp said that contract issues are the reason why they've restructured the talent relations management. So there's quite a lot of contracts that are coming up to expiring. And it seems like that the executives aren't happy about that. And so it looks like the talent relations management structure has changed as a result. Edward, shout out to you. So, Cultaholic said The Rock reportedly would prefer to work with Cody Rhodes in the main event of WrestleMania 41. This is quite a surprise, to be honest, because that means that it's not Rock Roman next year, and it means that Rock Roman looks like it's going to be WrestleMania 42, which is, do you know what I mean? I mean, you could do it, but wow, to have the next two WrestleMania main events planned out like that is pretty wild, pretty crazy. Also means I don't quite know what we're doing right now with the current Bloodline storyline, you know? If Rock versus Roman is not going to be for like 2 years, then are we doing Roman as a face now? Feels like we are. But then, are we really going to keep him and Rock apart until 2026? So it doesn't quite add up, does it? Doesn't quite add up. Edward, again, thank you. Wrestle Purists said that there are ideas that The Rock is presenting, if needed, to defend the People's Belt. So if needed, he will put this on the line. I fully expect him to. I think it's the only reason it exists. Edward, again, thanks. As Ankit said, Rock versus Roman is currently planned for Mania 2026. That is WrestleMania 42. Kian, thank you. So this here is backstage footage. Damian Priest, there's CM Punk coming over, look. And he doesn't choke him. It's amazing, isn't it? Look, I bet Damian Priest was like, oh, here we go. Here we go. But no, what he actually says is, now you don't have to carry that stupid briefcase around anymore. That's what CM Punk said. And you can see Damian Priest loved it. Edward, thank you. So news coming through that CM Punk is going to be on both nights of the draft. That is at the end of the month. It's Bryn again. Shout out to you. Sheamus makes his return on Monday. Anna said, Sean Ross Sapp has just said on his YouTube stream, Natalia's contract runs out next month. No one had spoken to her about it. Contract issues are why the talent relation guy was let go. So there we go. Natalia's contract specifically. Right, Vince McMahon places all of his remaining TKO stock shares on sale. Doesn't mean that he's sold them. It just means they're available. They've all been put up for sale. And so he is going to be done. I mean, if they all sell, he's out. He's done. That's it. Vince McMahon is gone. He's no longer on the board or anything along those lines. If he sells his shares, that's all he's got. That would be it. For the first time since the 1970s, Vince McMahon would be out of this company. And it's unfathomable. If you'd asked me a few years ago, I'd have said no. Not until the day he dies. Just crazy. Crazy. So, Mr. Unfamiliar, shout out to you. It's Bryn again, thank you. So, Becky Lynch is reportedly taking a hiatus following WrestleMania 40. So, Becky is not going to be around for the foreseeable future. It's Bryn again, said Dave Meltzer awarded Lawler versus Cole a higher star rating than Jay versus Jimmy. So that's crazy, isn't it? That's crazy. A lot of people will say, no, it's fair. But Jerry Lawler versus Michael Cole got a higher rating, and this is regarded as one of the worst WrestleMania matches ever, got a higher rating than Jimmy versus Jay. If I'm Jerry the King Lawler and I'm a little bit cheeky, maybe even if I'm Michael Cole, I may mention that to them, in all fairness. Harry, thank you. Roman Reigns is no longer advertised for the Smackdown before SummerSlam. So he was, and now he isn't. So that from Nav. Mitchell, shout out to you. As Brandon Thurston said, following up on a question that was asked on Wednesday, Vince McMahon's March 2023 employment agreement contained a 12-month non-compete covenant. Not that there's any specific indication that he will, but if Vince was to try and re-enter the wrestling business, ... So it seems like he wasn't allowed to do that for 12 months. That expired in March of this year. So if he wants to try and start a new promotion, he is able to do that now. Just at the exact same time where he sells all his shares. So I don't think he is. Have you seen him? Right? Have you seen him? He does not look in any sort of shape to be getting back into trying to do a promotion. Plus also, you've got to get TV. I don't think the network's going to want to work with him because of his reputation. I can't see it. Right, Jordan, thank you. According to Dave Meltzer, Becky and Seth are set to take a break from WWE for a while. Additionally, I've been informed that this break is also for them to work on new contracts so that Seth and Becky can resume their future feuds and start brand new runs. So, interesting. Right, and top WWE talent won't have to follow PG guidelines going forward. So that's interesting. Apparently this is a change that's top talent, not just The Rock, but top talent. Don't know who's top talent. Don't know if it's like Roman, Rock, Cody, maybe Seth. But top talent won't have to follow the PG guidelines moving forward. They're trying to balance it, is what I've heard. They're trying to find a way of still attracting that younger audience and being cool and swearing and all that blood and whatever. But equally, they don't want to upset the networks. They don't want to upset the sponsors. So there is a balancing act going on. So it's quite tricky at the moment. Right, drama. You might remember all this. So, Corey, shout out to you. We're not going to play it, but the video exists. You might remember yesterday, I knew exactly where it was. I knew, because what you do, a lot of you might not know, is if you want to find the stories on Instagram, you click on the profile picture. So what yesterday was really a demonstration of skill that I knew where to go. I just chose not to go there, and that's actually quite skillful. But I did go there yesterday, and the video response is up, as you can see. So if you want to see Zelina's response to all that drama, it's quite a long video, hence why we're not going to just sit here and play it, especially when you can find it yourself, right? It's all over Twitter. This actually really blew up. This Zelina thing was quite a big conversation after, like, we had covered it. Not because of us, we just got there, I think, before it really broke. So, yes, this video is everywhere. There's clips and images and all this sort of stuff. So, well worth a watch. Zelina also addressed Natty Catpins for them speaking about not being compensated. Oh, okay, let's go to this then, shall we? Can we go full screen? I do like her message here, by the way, though. I do like the way she deals with this. So here, look, Natty Catpins is saying, like, some stuff. She said she's ordered from Me Too, then destroyed the product from misuse and asked for a replacement in a new color. Crying face, crying face, crying face. I did it because I thought it would be good exposure, but I never got a tag or nothing. So there we go. She came out as well, right? And I like this. Really, Natty Catpins. No tag, no nothing. Lol. Hold, please. I do like that hold, please. I do like that. Hold, please. Reminds me of, like, a receptionist. So, here, look, we've got this now. OMGGG. I missed these. Yes. You mentioned Natty Catpins in your story. Thank you, Crying Face. Small business supporting icon. Illy so much. Oh, I love you. Guys, if ever you see ILY, that's actually I love you, right? Some people make the mistake of thinking it's illy, but that's silly because it's not a word. Can't even tell you how much this made my night. Mentioned you in their story, right? I sent you to inserts queen. If you need help putting it together, lump, right? Lump. Let me know. A lot of people, guys, make the mistake of thinking that lump is a word, and it isn't. It's actually let me know. So you really are finding out a lot of stuff today. You pin the pins to the inserts and slip the inserts inside the bag to keep them safe. You can also pin directly to the bag if you wanna. It's all up to you. You probably know all this already. So if you do, just ignore me being a fangirl. And then Zelina responded, right? So there we go. Look, there's tags, Natty Cat pins, Mamobot, T-Fox pins. So there we go. There's the tags that were in there. You mentioned Natty Cat pins. You mentioned Natty Cat pins. You mentioned Natty Cat pins. Oh, I love these bags. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Gonna get your black bag out in the mail tomorrow. Sorry it took so long. I had a sick doggy at home for a few days. No worries. No rush. Hope your doggy is okay. I effing love Inuyasha. Yeah, guys, you probably don't know what that means either, but it's a singer. So there we go. That is some receipts in it. That is some receipts. So there we go. I do like that. Hold, please. I've got your receipts. Just hold, please. Yeah, and we've got the video there. Tea time, shout out to you. And look, Kyle Scarborough came forward. So Mark, thank you. So Kyle said, I was commissioned for a piece of art by Zelina Vega. Unfortunately, the work was never used due to, I assume, a change in booking at the time. She had the audacity to pay me my full rate, 10 out of 10, would endure her kindness again. So, there we go. I think she did a great job, actually, of addressing it. I think she did really well. I've still seen people coming out and saying, like, you've got to explain this, you've got to explain that. But so far, everything I've seen has looked pretty good to me. So make of it what you will. Right, let's go down. This is the Nightbird stuff. And we got a few new bits. Josh said, I just realized the time on those hellos. The post was 1, 2, 3, 4. That's interesting, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. I wonder if that's a little indicator of the Firefly Funhouse. Because the Firefly Funhouse was like for kids and we had word of the day. So is the fact that it's been put out at 1, 2, 3, 4, is that an indicator that the Funhouse is on the way? Maybe not. Might just be the time. Not sure. But Tea Time said, I think I see Alexa Bliss. It looks just like her. I look at this and I also see Alexa Bliss. So, I mean, look, joking aside, take the black marks off. We're looking at the picture behind, right? We're trying to look at the picture behind. But it is hard to look at the picture behind when we've got this shocked man with a baguette on his head. When I got this, I did, and the little hello in the corner. Oh, hello. I don't know why he's French, but I think it's the baguette. In my mind, he's French. Je m'appelle. Oh, hello. So there we go. Tea Time. I really love this picture. I don't see Alexa Bliss. I see a French man now. But I did love the picture. Right. IRWE Row Wrestling said you forgot about us. Another hello glitch. There we go. There we go. So I'm sure you've seen that now. Uncle Howdy glitch teased on Smackdown. You forgot about us over here. Smackdown glitch. I think the picture in the glitch might be from the Pitch Black match. Pretty easy to see in the place where hello was last time. You forgot about us. So yeah, what is this? I thought it was like Uncle Howdy, to be honest. I was getting Uncle Howdy vibes. But yeah, I don't know. Is it Pitch Black match? That's probably going to be the next thing that people will kind of be looking into, won't it? Here, look, Ronnie said, as circled, big dog, bottom right, Alexa doll in the middle, and Fiend mask on the left. So that's what Ronnie thinks he can see. Troy 2 Slick said, the last woman that Alexa Bliss feuded with was Bianca Belair. Sure, it could be coincidental, but Triple H is always strategic and does things with purpose. Very interesting indeed. So there we go. It's Bryn again said, my theory is that Howdy himself was always seen as the keeper of Bray's dark secrets, e.g. Swamp Bray, Cult Leader, Funhouse, The Fiend, and that Howdy always referred to them as him, as he is the keeper. Uncle Howdy once said, I am all of us. So, you know, is that an indicator? I mean, look, I think that Howdy's on that. Spoiler. I think this whole thing is leading to Uncle Howdy's return. I know. It's mental, isn't it? But I suppose what made this one so interesting is the us. Who is the us? Well, I don't think the us can be Cult Leader Bray and all that kind of stuff, Swamp Bray and all that, because Bray's no longer with us. But could it be Alexa? Could it be the Funhouse? Could it be Braun? Could it be Rowan? Could it be the Puppets? Could it be Joe Gacy? You know? Don't know. Gonna have to wait and see. Morgan said, last time we saw Alexa, it was in a match against Bianca Belair. She had a moment post-match with Howdy and then disappeared from screens. They're coming together. Alexa and Howdy. Morgan said, on yesterday's Unseen, I brought to people's attention the Nirvana Smells Like Teen Spirit. You pointed out that David Bowie was behind The Man Who Sold the World. Yes. It would appear that Nirvana covered and released their own version. Could be relevant, question mark. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Jake the Snake said, don't know if you saw this already, but they're doing all the stuff off camera for a reason. Yeah, so this was more fan footage. It's that song again, Nightbird. Here we go, I'll play a bit. Weary eyes. It's lovely. It's a great track. I've never heard it before. I think it came out 2019, didn't it? So you can see the screens flickering away. You can see the fireflies were out. And there we go. Boom. Done. And then I believe it just comes back to Smackdown. Tom said, what if it's Uncle Howdy and Taylor Rotunda? Taylor picking up where Bray and The Fiend left off. What if Taylor is a new friend to the Funhouse? So, Tom with a theory. It's Bryn again said, we forgot about him. Braun Strowman believes he's close to making a return. So that was 13 hours ago. So Braun on his upcoming return to the ring. Erase Your Mind said, if you go to this website, part of White Rabbit is back up. I clicked it, it doesn't work. So I don't know if they temporarily put something there to test it out. Maybe it's an indicator that something is on the way, but if you click it, it doesn't work anymore, right? And for those that wanted to know what it was, I believe it was this. So this right here. Look, WWE.com/howdy took you to this. This was from White Rabbit. It was one of the QR codes, and it was just a puzzle that did itself. And then it had Bray's logo, and in the background were 3 letters. And I think the letters, their position in the alphabet, is basically where we got the numbers from. And I think it led us to the next show, so that we knew where the next clue was going to be. And that was on WWE.com/howdy. But as I said, if you click it now, that doesn't work. It just takes you to the homepage. So I wonder if they put that back up to try and see if it works still and if it would load and whatever. Nightbirds. I mean, this to me was always just backstage decoration. We had seen these kind of bits backstage before Bray's return was teased. Quite often you see little bits backstage as I don't know if it's the ring crew that just sort of decorate, knowing that there's going to be shots in corridors, whatever. But I never took this as anything to do with Bray, to be honest. But you've got to factor everything in, haven't you? You've got to look at everything. So here, look, Wyatt6 says Nightbirds. So Harry Van Vliet, thank you. So that was the Nightbird stuff. Let's go to AEW. Right, a few bits in here. Stephen P. New said, I tried to warn them yesterday. So he seems to be under the impression that when they showed that backstage footage, they maybe didn't quite have all the clearance for it. So don't know if anything's going to come of that. Master Taker, thank you. Look, CM Punk versus Jungle Boy from this week's Dynamite got a 9.99 rating. Cage match going to be livid. They're going to be livid because all of a sudden now this will be regarded as like the top match. It's going to disrupt things, like the website's being taken over by tribalism, and it got 735 votes. 666 were for 10 out of 10. 69 people voted it 9 out of 10. Wrestling Observer newsletter rating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5 stars. So there we go. That is the rating for CM Punk versus Jungle Boy. Right, Dave Mouncer states that there was a loud FU CM Punk chant, right? And I looked into it, and there was... it wasn't loud. I mean, the footage I saw had it in, but it was just a few people, and I mean, it wasn't loud. It was a few people, but it was there. I will say it was there. But I think it's an interesting use of the word loud, that the crowd were chanting FU CM Punk during AEW. I definitely heard a lot more CM Punk chants. It says here, look, there was a small CM Punk chant. I think that it's the other way around. From the footage that I've seen, it seems like it's louder CM Punk chants and smaller FU CM Punk chants, you know? Right. Shirley said, so the reason Tony Khan is rushing to pull the all-in footage is because he breached GDPR laws by showing it. And here she carries on, look, for those looking for more info, I've gone in as much depth as a girl with jet lag, cold-filled brain can go into. So here she's got like this as well, as to what this GDPR law is. I'll admit, I don't know the actual laws on this. I don't know what you can and can't do. What I do know, as I said, is I used to work in retail, and you used to have to be very careful of those that had access to the CCTV room, because it was personal data and it was, you know, sensitive. So, but I still think he must have got this cleared. He must have got this cleared. But saying that, he has taken it down. They have copyright striked, or they have removed it from the internet if anyone's got it. And apparently it's no longer in the YouTube video either. So it's been and gone, seemingly. It's been and gone. There's going to be recordings of it, though, you know. It's still floating around, but I don't know. Has he made a mistake? Anna said, this is a fun chant. You got choked out. No, he didn't. Right? Then he went and he put this guy, I don't know who he was fighting, but this is Jack Perry. He then gets him and puts him in a choke. Right? So there was lots of references to the incident at this New Japan Strong show. This is so cringe to me now. It's all going too far, said Anna. Just drop it. It happened in August last year, for God's sake. So here we've got this. Look, there's the Chicago flag. This is Jack Perry. Cry me a river on the back of his jacket. There we go. Cry me a river. As Jack Perry was making his way out to the ring. Right, Luke, thank you. Otis said, I, for one, am shocked and appalled. So Rhea Ripley liked this, right? She liked this from Machiavelli. Triple H only has his job because of his connections. Doesn't our boss only have his job because his dad brought it for him? Sad bruv noises. Oh, bruv. Oh, bruv. Sad, I'd love to know what sad bruv noises are, but there we go, sad bruv noises, and Rhea Ripley liked that. Right, the whole Triple H talking about the grind has blown up this past week, and is as a big indirect shot at someone specific, which it might have been, but I mainly took it as him talking about personal experience. Great clip here, right, minute long. It's got Triple H talking about how he had a meeting with Vince, and he said, look, I want out of WCW. I want to be the best I can be, and they're not doing house shows anymore, and I want to work every day. I don't care about the money. I just want to be the best. And in order to do that, I've got to compete against the best, and I want to do it night after night after night. And that's what he said to Vince. And so Vince was like, come in, you know, if you want to be the best, I can put you in there with the best. And that's how it went, you know. So Triple H he's all about that work. He's all about that grind. Yeah, that's what he did, and that's what he respects. So Patrick the Heel saying that he didn't quite take it as a knock of someone in particular, just more maybe a reflection of Triple H's own personal experiences. So I thought that was interesting. So 777, thank you. This was good though. Yeah, look at this. Jon Moxley is now the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. He beat Naito, which I'm pretty gutted about because I love Naito. And he beat Naito. So Naito loses the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship to Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley is the only wrestler in history to be the IWGP World Champion, WWE Champion, and AEW Champion. I would like to know, and I don't believe there is there a wrestler that has been IWGP, WWE, and NWA? Because I think the NWA title is more prestigious than the AEW title. Because the NWA title was the title, kind of throughout the 60s, the 70s, the 80s. Whereas the AEW belt's only been around 5 years. And you could make a, fair argument it's not the belt right now. So I wonder if anyone has done that. There might not even be anyone that's done it. Is there anyone that's won the IWGP, the NWA, and the WWE? This is still a hell of an achievement, though, isn't it, for Jon Moxley? Hell of an achievement. Look at her. Loving it. Fightful said, just Mox and Renee Paquette having a great time backstage. So look at him there. Big smile on his face. There's the... and this is one of the most prestigious belts in all of wrestling. This really is. I would regard this as currently the second most prestigious behind the WWE Championship. I think you've got the WWE Championship, which Cody's got, and then I think it's this, the IWGP Championship. Very, very prestigious title. Very prestigious title. I mean, this goes all the way back. Then it's like when was the first one? Early 90s? Early 90s, maybe late 80s. But just think of the people that have held that championship. And now Jon Moxley has got his hands on it, so wow. I thought this was funny as well. So look at this. This is Jack Perry, and there's a stick figure. Neither of us draw very well. So he means draw in the sense of drawing, but he also means for Jack Perry, bringing fans to arenas, like your drawing power, right? You aren't a scapegoat, you just suck. So there we go. You aren't a scapegoat, you're just a very naughty boy. That would also be good, because that plays into Monty Python, which I think is The Life of Brian, which is a fantastic film. Right, so we've done AEW, we've done that. Did we do WrestleMania? There's a few bits here. We've got Dave Meltzer's star ratings. Here we go. I know some might not be bothered, but some might. So Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch, 4.25. The tag title ladder match, 4.25. Rey and Andrade against Dominic and Santos, 3.75. Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso, 0.75. Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, Naomi versus Damage Control, 2 stars. Sami Zayn versus Gunther, 4.5. Rock Roman against Cody Seth, 4 stars. So what I would say here is I think it's there or thereabouts. That seems low. I know that people are saying it was an atrocious match, it was a rubbish match, but 0.75? I mean, 1.5 stars is still really low. It's still low, right? I mean, I'll have to rewatch it again. I don't know what I would have scored it. I know it would be low, but how do you look at that match and go, yeah, that's 0.75 if ever I've seen it? Like, how do you get to a 0.7? I don't even know how you get to that score. Why is it not 1 star? What about that match was so bad that it didn't even make 1 star? I don't know. Did he maybe look at some of the other matches that are 0.75 and thought, yeah, that fits? I don't know. I don't know what I would score it, but 0.75, I was shocked that it was that low. I knew it'd be low, but that low. And as we said, Michael Cole against Jerry the King Lawler scored higher. So, I don't know. There won't be too many people arguing that, though. The rest of it looks all right. I feel like that should have been higher. I really enjoyed the main event. I might have that 425. I might have that 425. I might have that 4.5. Maybe 4.5, 4.5, 425. Maybe take that to 1. I don't really get why it's at 0.752. Fine. 375. Might go 3.5. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably go down to 4s than anything. But it's for me, it's there or thereabouts. Right, then night 2, we got Drew against Seth, 4 stars. I love this. I know it's not much of a match, but like the entrances and then the stuff that happens after, and if you're only just judging the match, not the entrances, just the bell rings, this is the match, fine, 4 stars, fine. But it's one of them where everything that came with it, I enjoyed more than 4 stars. 175. He loves these 7.5s, doesn't he? Why is that not just 2 stars? He loves these 7.5s. LA Knight against AJ Styles, 3.5. Yeah. Logan, Randy, Kevin, might go 4, but yeah, fine. Bailey EO 4.5. Yeah, fine. Cody and Roman 4.75. I think that's hard. I don't know. I think I said in my review it's like 4.75 to 5. I don't know. Loads of people would go, it's 5. It's one of the most amazing main events that I've ever seen, right? It's 5. And I do understand that. But if you think that Cody and Roman were just sort of laying down for a fair bit, as we had Cena and we had Rock and we had Jimmy and we had all this outside interference, it was allowed because it was Bloodline rules, so it was allowed. But I don't know how that reflects in a score, because you've got a lot of people getting involved, you know, lights out, lights on, Undertaker's there and Seth and all this kind of stuff. So I'm going to say I'm not going to argue the 4.75. If that had been a 5, I wouldn't have argued it. 4.75, I wouldn't have argued it. 4.5 would have felt low. 4.25 would have been low. So I'm just pleased that it's not like 3.5. Do you know what I mean? I'm just pleased that it's there or thereabouts. So there we go. That was the star ratings. Apparently this was the prices for the food. So hot dog, $21.50 with fries. 2 hot dogs, $29.50 with fries. $26 for a cheeseburger with fries. Chicken tenders and fries with a Miller Lite, $30. Right? Or a bottled soda, $31. I'd have the Miller Lite. Chicken tender, fries, Miller Lite, like $30. Mental. It's Bryn again, said, love the behind the scenes stuff, especially when we get to look in Gorilla. So I don't know where this footage is from, right? But that's him running down, cashing in. Here's the Gorilla. Here's them celebrating. There's him raising his hands, going back up the entrance ramp. But this is the bit, look, where they're celebrating and jumping around. So that's the Judgment Day watching on in Gorilla. Very cool. Esmeralda said, I guess this is the reason Stone Cold was not able to be a cameo. So Stone Cold was supposed to be in The Undertaker's place at WrestleMania, presumably stunning The Rock, but Austin and WWE couldn't reach an agreement on pay. Tristan, shout out to you. So this is just Roman reading from the teleprompt. You don't see anything, you just see that text kind of scrolling up and Roman talking. So it's just footage from a fan of him reading from the teleprompter. I got tagged in this a fair bit as well. Look, can you see? Look, he kind of pats his chest. I think, is that a respect thing? People are saying that he was showing respect to Roman. I'm thinking it might be Heyman. I don't know. As he walks past, he does that. Respect. I think that's a respect thing. But it feels like it's to Heyman, not Roman. Maybe. I don't know. But it seems... It's hard to say. It could be, because I'm sure Roman's probably only just here, so... But Sean, thank you. And there we go. We got back to that. So we've done that folder. Right, well, I don't think we've got many folders left. We haven't got much time left. Other and fun. Right, here we go. Kenny Omega coming back to AEW. So here we go. This is Kenny returning to AEW. Look, there's fighting, there's fires. So I thought that was fun. So Jimmy Bebe, shout out to you. Jax, shout out to you. This was just The Rock. He was taking out, look, Papatui orders that people had ordered. So as they order their Papatui, it's The Rock that comes and delivers it, which is pretty fun, isn't it? Look, he's bringing it out to the cars. And there we go. He's delivering the Papatui orders. So very cool. That was The Rock. Here we go. Look, here's another one. So this time it's CM Punk. CM Punk carrying 3 different wrestling promotions on his back all in 1 week. So here's Punk now doing that dance. Dancing away. So we saw the Cody one earlier. This is the Punk one. I think the Punk one's better. So there we go. Love that. I think that's great. So Joshua said this won the internet today. Cody got scared by his own pyro. See that then? There we go. See that quick turn of the heads? So he did. He got scared by his own pyro. So Dream, thank you. Shaquem, thank you. Dijak ratioed New Japan in Japanese. Come on. Apex Anime, shout out to you. Do you remember this picture from yesterday? Erase Your Mind, shout out to you. J-Pal said, break in the Magician's Code. Magic's biggest secrets finally revealed. 1997. A lot of you might not remember this, but it was a goated program. I used to watch it on a Sunday, and it was a magician who wore black, and he had like this mask on, and he had 2 lovely assistants, and he would reveal the secrets of magic. He would show you how the magic tricks were done, and it was on TV and everything. So break in the Magician's Code. Magic's biggest secrets finally revealed. And so you saw how all these tricks got done. And it's good because that is how it looked. So I thought that was brilliant. So Erase Your Mind, shout out to you. Isamar said, I'm glad to see she's worried about her co-workers. Tiffany Stratton asking Naomi, how's Jimmy? Love that. Right. Oh, this was her reaction. Oh, mates.
He talking about you, babe, because you lost. Run, Jimmy, run! Run, baby, run! Don't do it! It's a death hug!
You remember that woman that was going off on Drew? This psych design TVTO. I love this woman. If she starts, I need to follow her. If she starts, welcome to my playground, you're going to see a variety of things. Well, I follow you now. If this woman starts doing a watch along, this channel's dead. I can't, there's nothing I can do. Right? There's nothing I can do. Her clips are so entertaining. There's nothing I would be able to do. I would have to shut the channel down and we would all just go and watch her. So, brilliant. They're brilliant. So, Ethan, shout out to you. CJ said, I'm 32 years old and I've watched wrestling for 28 years of that. Today, I found out Sean Spears was Stan. You know, that Shawn Michaels super kicked. Sean said, grow up, CJ. Love that. Right, how much have we got here? Right, Seth Rollins in 2012 said Cody Rhodes is the future of the business. The crowd said, so are you. Rollins said, I like to think I could play a little part in that future. So this was from 2012, right? This is footage. Look at this. This is an NXT house show. This is what NXT house shows look like in 2012. He's got the NXT championship. You can see the old style NXT sort of apron. But look at that. He's got the NXT belt. Obviously, he was the first NXT champion. But, yeah, look at that. He says, Cody Rhodes is the future of this business. I like to think I could play a little part in that future, too. So, botched eye surgery, thank you. Edward, thank you. John Cena revealed he's been struggling with lordosis, right? That's not a racehorse. It's like a curving of the spine, apparently, and he got it in his 20s. So he's been struggling with that for quite a while. But, yeah, interesting. It's Bryn again, said Gunther has been champ for 80% of his time in WWE. So whilst he's been in WWE, he's been champ for 80% of that time. 666 days as IC champion. 870 days as NXT UK champion. That's 1,916 days. That's incredible, isn't it? That's incredible. And I was there when he made his debut as well. True story. He made his debut at, I think it was like TakeOver, NXT UK TakeOver in Blackpool. And I'm actually in the entranceway when he makes his debut. Fun fact. Ryder said Dustin Rhodes got himself viral. So here we go, look.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Oh, it's their, both of their birthdays.
This is your birthday.
Look at that for a knife.
Birthday steak. Let me cut one for me first.
Look at this, he's cutting off. Look at this steak. Look at this steak. Look at this knife.
Good knives. Ready? I'm gonna give you a big one.
Here we go.
Yeah, is that good? Yeah, that good? Mmm.
Oh. A lot of people have like, oh, what are you doing that with the dog for and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I don't personally do that with my dog, but I don't give a flip. I really don't care. I mean, if you've got a dog and you absolutely love that dog, I mean, it is like having a child. It is like having a baby. Like, I know dogs are like dirty and they go off and do whatever, but I don't know, man. I get it. I get it. I think because I've got a dog, I get it. And it was funny because there was loads of people in the comments that were like, oh, this is disgusting. And then there's people going, nah, if you've got a dog, you know, man, you know. So I have never done that personally, but I didn't look at it really. It didn't bother me. But the reason why I'm showing you is because, as Ryder said, this went viral. I don't know how many views this got. I wonder if I can whoosh it in. It got 13.4 million views. I was going to guess at 3, but it was 13. How incredible is that? How incredible is that? Right, Xavier Woods was at the UFC Apex. This is where a show's going to come from, an NXT show. They were playing Cody's music. Look at this venue. This is where an NXT show is coming from. It's the UFC Apex in Las Vegas. It's where they do Power Slap. It's where they do different UFC shows, like smaller UFC shows. That's where they had their shows during the pandemic. That's kind of like their NXT, right? So Xavier was there for Power Slap, and this dude, I think his entrance music was Cody's. Rich Holland has shown off this new. Look at that! It's amazing, isn't it? Amazing! Look at that! Look at that piece of art that he's got there. And then this is Alan. Look at this piece of art. So this is kind of this weekend. So here we can see CJ. Gianna.
How much do you love pizza? You're like,
I do.
You're like the OG of pizza lovers.
I'm so hungry.
Guys.
There's JoJo.
Yes. We're at Coachella, bitches.
There we go. They're at Coachella. So they're at Coachella, the music festival, just enjoying pizza. Liv Morgan's there, JoJo's there. I didn't know that other dude. Don't know who that other dude is. Don't know who this boomer is. But there we go. They're just at Coachella, having a nice weekend, enjoying some pizza. There's Liv Morgan. So and I looked, and that is this weekend. So there we go. Right, there we go. I hope you enjoyed Unseen. Plenty of information in there. We will be back later with UFC, and I'll try and get another Unseen together for you. Appreciate the support as always. Have a great day, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.